the house of Dr. Muzammil, where he stayed for over 3 years. In fact, when the Haryana police along with J&K police carried out raids and searches, around 2500 kgs of explosives were recovered.
कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं बोर्ड पढ़ने जा रहा है कहीं
360 kg के आसपास इनफ्लेमेबल मटेरियल है।
खासकर वोटिंग के एक आध दिन पहले आतंकवादी पकड़े जाना।
Viewers, good evening. What should our agencies do when they get intel alert about terrorists moving 3,000 kg of explosives and assault weapons? Think about it. Should they mobilize raid teams, bust the module before terror strikes, or should they first open the election calendar, see which state is voting, and then decide their next move? Viewers, I beg your indulgence tonight. Only those blinded by vote bank politics would demand that the war on terror take a tea break during elections. This is what the opposition and ecosystem was up to all day yesterday before the car blast in Delhi. You know what happened after that? 9 innocent lives snatched away in a cowardly car bomb blast near the Red Fort, families torn apart, children orphaned, dreams buried because of bloodlust. This was a brutal terror attack. The government is yet to call it terror. They are yet to link it to the module our agencies busted hours before the blast. But even before the blood has dried on Delhi streets, metaphorically, the usual suspects have sprung into action, not to condemn terror but to politicize it. I'll tell you how. The same ecosystem, viewers, that questions every anti-terror operation, that tries election stunt whenever agencies act, is now silent on the dead, or worse, they are now trivializing the attack with their conspiracy theories. Shame on them. Viewers, 5 people have been arrested as part of the larger crackdown, and they are all highly educated. 5 of them are medical doctors. Doctors, viewers, let that thought sink in. Privileged professionals who took an oath to save lives, now charged with taking them. This one fact blows to bits Rahul Gandhi's favorite excuse that exclusion and oppression drive people to terror. These were not the marginalized. These were doctors radicalized by the poisonous ideology, not poverty. This is a slap on face of every terror apologist who justifies terror as a reaction to so-called injustice. Viewers, terror has no justification, only hatred, cowardice, and a twisted ideology that turns people into killers. This is a wake-up call for the ecosystem. Stop giving terror a political color. Stop giving it a, what we hear, the root cause sympathy. A doctor who plants bombs is not a victim, is a monster. A network that can recruit doctors can recruit anyone. And this is not about unemployment or discrimination. This is about an ideology that celebrates death. And viewers, this ecosystem that lives off vote bank politics is already spinning stories. Why did the blast happen despite the raids, etc., etc.? Viewers, just yesterday, they accused the government of timing the raids for Bihar polls. Today, they blame the government for failure. Heads I win, tails you lose. This is their game. And this ecosystem that politicizes every crackdown, viewers, that trivializes every blast, that shields radicals under the guise of secularism, you see, must be exposed and defeated, and that we will do on this show. Today, tomorrow, till they are exposed. We stand with the victims. We must salute the agencies who foiled a larger carnage by seizing 2,900 kg of explosives. Viewers, we must stand with our forces. We must stand with the truth. Because if we let politics blind us today, tomorrow another city will burn. Let's quickly open this up. Karan Verma, RSN Singh, Faizan Kidwai, the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Advocate Anmol Pawar, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Nikhil Jain, and Guru Prakash, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, will be joining us shortly. Now, Karan, what do you make of that commentary before the blast? You know, all day yesterday that this is linked to elections. And now, looking at the profile of the people who are under scanner, what does one say?
You know, Pranesh, when the late great Bipin Rawat ji said that there is a 2.5 war front that we are dealing with, people of the ecosystem dismissed it as some conspiracy theory and other things. It's a reality today. And this lie, this ecosystem, that terrorism has something to do with poverty, with lack of opportunity, who heads this narrative? It is headed by Rahul Gandhi, one and only Rahul Gandhi. Let me quote him. 22nd August 2018, Rahul Gandhi goes to Hamburg in Germany and he cites exclusion of people leads to terrorism. He even rationalizes the existence of ISIS when he says this. This has been peddled right today. Faizanji is on your show. Today, Abu Azmi has said that these people are isolated. Isolation leads to terrorism. Lack of economic opportunities leads to terrorism. From Udit Raj to Digvijay Singh to Salman Khurshid, time and again they've peddled this narrative. Today, let's be very clear about it. Terrorism has much to do with mazhab and not much to do with economic prosperity. Whether it was Osama bin Laden, whether it was Yasin Malik, all of them had opportunities and were flourishing in their respective lives. But they were driven by an ideology. That ideology which says Sartan se juda. That ideology which said Ralif Ghalib Salib and drove 5 lakh Kashmiri Pandits out of Kashmir. This ideology is alive and kicking. We've seen Pahalgam, but these people like Nikhil Jain, continue to give them cover fire. They continue to say that terror has no religion. Well, I don't know about a religion, but it definitely has a mazhab. And this ideology needs to be looked into the eye and needs to be called out for its hypocrisy, because we've lost far too many lives, Pranesh. We can't let this continue. This predatory instinct that my faith alone is the best and others will rot in hell, this needs to be called out. And reasonable people like Faizanji on your show, they need to come forward and say this. Why did Lal Bihari Yadav right after Pahalgam say Pahalgam karaya gaya hai? Why did Abu Azmi today come and say this? Why did Akhilesh Yadav say kya chunav ho rahe hain? Prashant Kishore, no less than Prashant Kishore, laughed it off in the morning. Shame on these people. Their lies needs to be called out, and I expect reasonable people on your panel to call that out, to pick up one side today, and that is India, Bharat, because this is a national security issue that should not be looked through the prism of religion or prism of party. It is much beyond that.
I see hands going up already. Nikhil?
Pranesh, I completely agree with the last statement of my good friend Karan Verma that we need to look at it from the angle of India and not by the angle of politics. I also agree with you when you say stop giving it a political color, but ironically and hypocritically, both of you find a way to somehow find Rahul Gandhi's fault in something that is a fault and failure of the government. First of all, may all the victims rest in peace. Those who are not dead yet, I hope they recover soon. My condolences to their families, and I hope heads will roll of the people who are responsible for such a security lapse. I hope some people will for once take responsibility in their life and resign. I hope that the government can stick to its word when they said that every act of terror would be an act of war. I hope that you are going to ask questions of my very good friend Guru Prakash, because he is the one in government and he has to answer that why did the Home Ministry not anticipate or not why was it not able to stop such an attack. And lastly, when my good friend Karan tries to twist the statements of the leader of opposition from 7 years ago, he's not understanding that
Nikhil,
when Rahul Gandhi
you
talks
see, the
about
trouble with you is that you don't even, when I open the floor, you can't even ask the right questions of the BJP. That's the problem. One question that you should have asked Guru Prakash is that why is the government hesitating to call it a terror attack? First question, most fundamental question that you are not asking. You're beating around the bush. Let me ask that on your behalf. Guru Prakash, why is the government not calling this a terror attack yet? 9 people have died, sir.
No, Pranesh, I was listening to the entire conversation, and I think the first response on the spot of Mr. Amit Shah ji, Union Home Minister, was very categorical enough. And today also Honorable Prime Minister has said from Bhutan that justice will be done. And whenever Honorable Prime Minister has said this before in the past, justice has been done, justice has been delivered. This is very unfortunate, and the government, the topmost machinery, the police, the administration, everyone is treating it with topmost priority. We have to understand. But what my friend Karan was suggesting was a deeper malaise, the deeper mindset. In fact, we are just fresh from the Bihar election, and you saw Pranesh, that the level of polarization, the level of appeasement, and it has a definite connection with the mindset of the Congress party. How are we going to forget that Mr. Salman Khurshid said after Batla House encounter कि मैडम सोनिया गांधी की आंखों में आंसू थे. इस सोच पे आक्रमण करना है, ये सोच है. And all the terrorists who have been identified, they're all educated, they're all literate, they're all doctors. So the entire narrative कि भाई ये गरीबी और गुर्बत से जुड़ी हुई लोग ही आतंकवाद में जाते हैं, ऐसा कतई नहीं है. It has been established, whenever there is any sort of an injury, you treat it. You don't just apply malam, you do a surgical strike as well. You have to recover it fully. But I think this is a moment of great concern. But we are satisfied that the Union Home Ministry, the Government of India, with topmost priority is dealing with it. As far as justice is concerned, Honorable Prime Minister has been very categorical in the past. He was very categorical today as well. Rest assured, justice will be done, and at the earliest, an example would be set. Because from the last 11 years, Pranesh, you would also realize, you would also observe that this is the first major attack in the capital city of Delhi. Barring one incident that took place outside the embassy of Israel, that was also very unfortunate. But first such incident of such level, such scale and such magnitude has happened under in the last 11 years. This was not supposed to be there, but government, the machinery, the Union Home Ministry, Honorable Prime Minister himself is closely monitoring it. He is himself closely monitoring the entire situation, and the answer, the response will be given at the earliest, at the prompt level, not like the Congress party. But the deeper malaise must be identified.
Now, before I get in Faizan Bhai and Anmol ji, RSN Singh, you know, we've heard the usual lament from the ecosystem, bhatke hue log hain, misguided people, you know, terror has no religion, etc., etc. This happens when a community is marginalized, when people don't have jobs, when they're discriminated against.
I think the political stance that parties take is depending on, you know, what vote bank they are banking on. So that is very well understood in this country. But let me tell you, apart from the scale, what have people missed out, you know, is the footprints. You have footprints in Gujarat, you have footprints in Hyderabad, you have footprints in Western UP, you have footprints in Kashmir. So it's quite a, you know, sizable part of India. Scale, of course, 3,000 kgs of explosives. And I'm reminded of, you know, that 2005, 300 simultaneous blasts, 62 out of 64 districts in Bangladesh by Jamaat-e-Mujahideen Bangladesh, an affiliate of Al-Qaeda and Harkatul Jihad Islami, Huji. Now what we are missing out is that, you know, why is this time it is so different? It is different on 3 accounts, and please get alarmed by all means. I want the country to be alarmed. I am not spreading fear, but please get alarmed on what I am going to say. Why it is different is, why do you think doctors have been recruited? Give it a thought. You think the doctors are going to be fidains? No, sir. They have been recruited because in order to unleash biological warfare. And well, the person in Gujarat who has been caught, this Dr. Mehuddin Syed, who is from Hyderabad, who has got a degree, medical degree from China, he was caught in the process of making rinsin. Now, rinsin is a highly toxic substance. It's an extract from castor. And you know, this the International Convention, Chemicals and Biological I mean, it is in the list of international chemical and biological weapons list. So this doctor gang, 4 or 5 of them, they have not been recruited to, act as fidains. And I'm surprised some people, I don't know, I mean, the Red Fort blast, whether there was a doctor or not. If it is a doctor there, I'm most surprised. Because that is not the purpose they have been recruited for. Now the second difference is, this lady called Shaheen Shahid, also a doctor from Lucknow, arrested from Faridabad. She is a part of Jamaat-ul-Momina. Jamaat-ul-Momina was established post-Operation Sindoor after the Jaish-e-Mohammed Masood Azhar's family had taken a big hit. It's a women's brigade. So it is anybody's guess. This women's brigade, of which Shahid is a part, this so-called doctor,
Right.
is not there. There has not been raised to carry out terrorist activities in Pakistan or in Afghanistan. They have been recruited to carry out terrorist activities in India. Now, these women, if the women have been recruited in this manner for a Jaish-e-Mohammed brigade, and this attack, that has taken this, all this terror, module that has been busted, it has got Jaish-e-Mohammed footprints, and as well as Islamic State of Khorasan footprints. Now, these women, clad in burqas, can be used as weapons. It has been done in many parts of the world, and it is going to happen in India. So please get alarmed. And the next is that in all the interrogations, particularly this fellow Saeed, who was caught in Gujarat, he says that he was delivered the weapons through drones. So that adds another dimension.
But you see, Colonel Arasan, I'll tell you the problem with what you're saying is that your words will be used by the opposition to say that you are maligning a community, that you're using, the burqa-clad example to go after one community. They will say terror has no religion. So why say all of this?
No. No. If it has no precedence, then you tell me. If burqa-clad women elsewhere in the world have not been used as weapons, please tell me. I'm willing to correct myself.
Okay, I think Faizan Kidwai wants to come in. Colonel Arasan, just a minute. Faizan Kidwai. Yes, Faizan bhai.
Good evening, Pranesh. Good evening to you and to the fellow panelists. And to start with, the Samajwadi Party and I, even in my personal capacity, would offer my condolences to the bereaved families who lost their loved ones yesterday in the blast. And we, as Samajwadi Party, we want the strictest possible punishment for the perpetrators. See, Pranesh, these blasts have finally exposed the BJP's rhetoric that they have achieved victory over terrorism. This is not the first time that 56-inch ka Seena, his NSA and the defense minister have failed miserably to protect Indian citizens from cross-border terrorism or homegrown terrorism, whatever you want to say. See, unfortunately, a large section of media is not questioning Bharatiya Janata Party. So we, the opposition party, we have to question Bharatiya Janata Party that how come, what was the intel failure? How can such a huge amount of RDX reach in Pulwama, then such a huge amount of RDX reach in the yesterday's blast, and what exactly is happening? We want to know, because we all know what happened when Pulwama happened. It was Narendra Modi who was wanting to ask votes from the first-time voters on the basis of the innocent soldiers who were martyred because of his intel failure. Satyapal Malik clearly said there was an intel document that there could be such an attack, but Modi government did not supply them aircraft. They were forced to go on unsanitized road, and this unfortunate incident happened. Now everybody who wants to give this this terror activity a religious color, I would want to draw your attention to few names. Please tell me, would you associate terrorism to their religion? That is Pradeep Kullar. He was a senior DRDO scientist, close associate of RSS. Dhruv Saxena, he was the Bhopal BJP IT cell coordinator. He was arrested along 10 other people who were also of the same religion. Then there was Balram Singh. He was from Bajrang Dal. He was arrested by Madhya Pradesh ATS because they all were spying for ISI, and this was an anti-India terrorist activity in UP. There are around 12 people. Their names, I am just reading their name. Tell them, would you associate terrorism to their religion? Gulshan Sen, Rahul Rastogi, Shivendra Mishra, Harshit Gupta, Vishal Kakad, Rahul Singh, Vineet Dikshit, Rishi Hora, Shyam Babu, Uttam Shukla, and Vikas Verma. There are several other names. I can go on and on and on. There's the entire list I have with me. Would you associate terrorism or anti-India activities against their particular religion? For me, no. There could be individuals who are good, there could be individuals who are bad, and unfortunately they would belong to a particular religion. That's a matter of chance. So don't associate terrorism or terror-related activities to an individual's religion, because majority of the people of that particular religion love India, who stay in India,
now,
who love their motherland.
Very well said. You see, as an argument, it sounds so fancy. अच्छा लगता है, people who must have heard you, उनको भी लग रहा होगा what an evolved thought. But now answer my question. When people say Sanatan is hate, HIV, cancer, then it's okay to paint one religion with hate many times by all opposition parties across India. Then there is no outrage. That's all right.
Condemn that. Whoever said that, we condemn that.
Condemn? They are all part of the larger India alliance, sir. किसको condemn करेंगे आप? आपके पार्टी में कुंभ में क्या बोल दिया था योगी आदित्यनाथ को? मठ माफिया बता दिया था. There are many people, sir. Karan wants to come in.
I couldn't hear the entire thing that Faizan ji said, but he started by saying we demand the strictest punishment for them. Faizan ji, just a reminder, in 2012, when Varanasi blast happened, it was Akhilesh government that went to the court, and the courts rapped the Samajwadi Party government on the knuckles and said, "Ab ki baar bail mangne aaye ho kya? Uske baad Padma Shri lene aoge?" You remember that, sir? And later Waliullah Khan was convicted and sentenced to death for terrorism. So let's not, wax eloquent here, Faizan ji. You need to today, for a moment, speak up for Abu Azmi, speak up against Abu Azmi. How dare he say that ये सब वो करते हैं जो फंसे हुए होते हैं कहीं ना कहीं, जिनके साथ कुछ बुरा हुआ होता है. Why don't you call that bluff out, sir? Rise above party lines and call out the bluff out.
Let's have a response. Faizan bhai.
Ji, first of all, the anti-Sanatan statement you said, then it was the Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. He said Sita ji is a test tube baby. Why doesn't BJP act against him? Why isn't he removed?
Faizan bhai, I'll tell you, the problem with whataboutery is that you will never be able to take a principled stand then.
Let me just complete my point, sir. Let me complete my point. And yes, Samajwadi Party is saying that catch the perpetrators and give them strictest possible punishment irrespective of the religion or their ideology. And this is how the law should move on. You cannot be selective, but unfortunately, and you're talking about Samajwadi Party.
Forget terrorists, for dreaded gangsters like, Atiq Ahmed and the others in Uttar Pradesh. What was the commentary and narrative by Samajwadi Party? They said this was, state-sponsored, murdered, etc. No panel has found anything against the state. So, that is also there. 1 minute. Anmol Pawar hasn't spoken yet. Let me just bring him in for his opening comments. Anmol ji, ये जो कल ब्लास्ट से पहले की कमेंट्री थी, जब एक ट्रैकडाउन हुआ मल्टी स्टेट, उस पे लोगों ने कहा, विपक्ष के नेताओं ने कहा कि देखिए तो बिहार चुनाव से जुड़ा हुआ है, इसीलिए कर रहे हैं ये ट्रैकडाउन. क्या ये सही चीज है सर?
Good evening, Pranesh ji. Pranesh ji, this terrorist attack on the Red Fort, which is a symbol of India's sovereignty, it is an attack on the very soul of our country. And innocent people have died, their families have been destroyed. The moot point is, the concern of the Indians is that India doesn't deserve a part-time prime minister and a part-time home minister, which is busy in toppling governments. Pahalgam happened, he was busy in photo shoot. Pulwama happened, he was busy in photo shoot. Pahalgam happened, he was not in the country, he was busy he was campaigning for elections. And now when Delhi blast took place, he flew to Bhutan. दिल्ली आज पेन में है और नरेंद्र मोदी जी आज प्लेन में है. ये लोग देश को सुरक्षा नहीं मुहैया करा सकते. The moot question is that how did this happen when intelligence agencies are under their control, when border security is under their control, when Delhi police is under their control, when home ministry is under their control, when BJP is in the center, when BJP is in Uttar Pradesh, when BJP is in Faridabad. How did our intelligence agencies fail? How did explosives reach the heart of the national capital, and who's responsible? Whether they'll resign or not. And main point is that they are afraid of taking name of Pakistan. जो लोग कहते थे, जो ऐलान करते थे कि अब हर आतंकी हमला जो है वो युद्ध माना जाएगा. Today links are surfacing with the Jaish-e-Mohammed group, but still आज 24 घंटे हो गए इनकी इंटेलिजेंस का इतना जबरदस्त फेलियर है कि पता नहीं लगा पाए कैसे हमला हुआ.
अरे एक मिनट गुरु प्रकाश जी विल आंसर योर क्वेश्चन अनमोल जी, बट मैंने मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया आपने. इंटेलिजेंस फेलियर तो ऑब्वियसली है कि एक कार में एक्सप्लोसिव था, वो पकड़ क्यों नहीं पाए? ऑब्वियस क्वेश्चन, और वो पूछना भी चाहिए सरकार से. लेकिन इसका भी तो जवाब दीजिए. व्हेन 2900 kg ऑफ एक्सप्लोसिव इज सीज्ड, वो बोलते हैं इलेक्शन से जुड़ा हुआ क्रैकडाउन है ये.
Pranesh ji, in last 10 years, Guru Prakash ji said that this is the first such incident in last 11 years. Let me refresh his memory. Manipur attack, Gurdaspur attack, Pampore attack, Kokrajhar, Uri, Baramulla, Handwara, Nagrota, Bhopal, Sukma, Amarnath, Sunjwan, Pulwama, Jammu bus stand, Dantewada attack, Sukma Maoist attack, Sukma Bijapur attack, Rajouri attack. कितने सारे हमले हुए हैं आतंकवादी? आप कह रहे हो पहला हमला हुआ है? शर्म नहीं आ रही झूठ बोलते हुए?
नहीं, मुझे लगता है कि मैं ये थोड़ा इनको समझने की आवश्यकता है कि सुकमा का भी नाम ले लिया उन्होंने, बीजापुर का भी नाम ले लिया, तो कम से कम ये भी बता देते आप. भाई आपकी सरकार जो माओइस्ट सिंपैथाइजर थी, जो विधिवत रूप से उनके साथ बैठती थी, आज हम ये दावे के साथ कहते हैं, हम पूरे आत्मविश्वास के साथ कहते हैं, पूरे आधार के साथ कहते हैं कि लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म का नामो निशान, not even a semblance of left wing extremism or nationalism will remain in the country by 2026. आज की डेट में आप आइए, आपके प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा था, Manmohan Singh went on record, Pranesh, and said that the biggest threat to internal security was left wing extremism. Today what's the status? There used to be a red corridor which covered more than 240 districts. 240 से अधिक जिलों में आपका नक्सलवाद का प्रभाव था. तब आप कहां थे? पशुपतिनाथ से लेकर के आप तिरुपति तक यहां नेटवर्क बिछा रहे थे. लेकिन आज हम दावे के साथ कहते हैं कि लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म पे एक डिसाइसिव विक्ट्री हमारी हुई है. पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2, प्रणेश, यू राइटली सेड, पप्पू यादव कौन है? हु इज मिस्टर पप्पू यादव? कांग्रेस पार्टी मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. ही वेंट ऑन रिकॉर्ड ऑन ट्विटर एंड सेड कि भाई राजनीति से जोड़ करके देखा जा रहा है, बिहार में मतदान है तो वहां 2900 किलो एक्सप्लोसिव बरामद हुआ है. 2900 kgs ऑफ एक्सप्लोसिव. प्रणेश, कैन यू इवन इमेजिन द एट्रोसिटी दे वर इमेजिनिंग? Entire cities, and still I agree intelligence could have done better, but the fact of the matter remains that the mindset, the fundamental problem is the mindset. I was listening to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, and it's very rich from Samajwadi Party people to say it is the same Samajwadi Party who were thinking of releasing terrorists who were accused of carnage. They were thinking of releasing them only on the premise of politics of appeasement. But the larger question, Pranesh, remains here that the Congress party leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, said it is about exclusion. Excuse me, the largest excluded community in the history of our country has been the Dalits. But has the Dalits ever taken up the arms? दलितों ने अगर कुछ किया है तो सनातन का सम्मान किया है. दलितों ने कुछ किया है तो देश की रक्षा की है, देश के लिए अपना सब कुछ न्यौछावर किया है. So this argument falls flat. You have actually no resilience, no logic or no rationality attached to this argument.
Faizan Chief wants to respond to what you said about the Samajwadi Party. But you know, Karan Verma, this narrative of terrorism, you know, as a result of exclusion, discrimination, must be called out.
You know, I was just hearing Anmol ji talk about, you know, give an entire lecture on terrorism and what has happened. उनको शायद ताहिर हुसैन का नाम याद होगा, इन्होंने काउंसलर बनाया था, उसको याद है आपको या भूल गए ताहिर हुसैन को? अब आप ताहिर हुसैन जिसने आईबी ऑफिसर अंकित शर्मा को स्टैब किया और आज कोर्ट ने तक चार्जेस उनके अगेंस्ट फ्रेम कर दिए. ये कौन था? ये जो आपका ताहिर हुसैन था. आप इनको प्रणेश काउंसलर बना दो, ये ताहिर हुसैन निकल आएंगे.
इनको आप स्टूडेंट बना के आगे प्रमोट करो, सब्सिडाइज्ड एजुकेशन दो, ये उमर खालिद बन के निकल आएंगे। इनको डॉक्टर बनाओ, ये मुजम्मिल और आदिल और शाहीन जैसे निकल के आ जाएंगे। और राहुल गांधी वहीं का वहीं खड़ा होगा। राहुल गांधी विल कंटिन्यू विद दिस नैरेटिव दैट अरे, can you imagine him saying, he's given an entire lecture in 2018 on ISIS, saying one community in Iraq was excluded. Similar exclusion is happening in India, which is why we can see rise of terrorism. The audacity of this man, and it's not just one instance of Rahul Gandhi. Udit Raj, Salman Khurshid, Digvijay Singh, right up till a few months back, right up till today, Sanjay Raut, in fact, from Shiv Sena, 2 months back he said this. In fact, on Pahalgam he said this. And about this timing, this obsession with timing. You would remember when Operation Mahadev happened, Akhilesh Yadav said, "Aaj hi kyun hua jab parliament shuru ho raha tha?" And today what is their obsession?
Nikhil, what is the right time to take action on terror? Coming to you, Faizan bhai, Anmol ji, मैं आ रहा हूँ, 1 minute बस. Let Nikhil answer this. I'm coming to you, please.
Pranesh, the right time to take action on terror is before the terror attacks happen, not come out after every terror attack and then find ways to somehow blame the opposition for it. This argument, entire charade being created by Karan Verma on the exclusion-inclusion point, is not understanding that this is a nuance point, that when you're talking about terrorism and you're trying to nib it in the bud...
Nuance, no, 1 minute, nuance. What is the nuance here? That if people are excluded, they will resort to terrorism, pick up a gun against the Indian state. Karan, nuance hai yahan.
You know, Pranesh, where did his nuance disappear when 26/11 barely happened and they declared it as RSS ki sazish? Nikhil, where was your nuance at that time? You gave Pakistan a free pass at that
point. Okay, let him speak. Let him speak. Otherwise, he will feel discriminated against, and I don't know what Nikhil Jain will do.
Pranesh, you'll have to allow me to speak, otherwise I'll leave. This is not the way to carry out a debate here. You allow me to speak a single sentence, then Karan goes around
Nikhil,
giving an entire
make your
speech.
point. No one is disturbing you. Come on, make your point.
That is full of communal nonsense. Thank you so much. So far as terrorism is concerned, if we have to eliminate terrorism and the risks of it in our country, we have to understand what causes it. It is exclusion, it is radicalization, it is the support infrastructure, it is the complicity of people who are within the system. There are multiple points to it. Exclusion is where it starts, but that is not alone enough to make somebody into a terrorist. How do these terrorists in India get funded?
There is no reason, 1 minute, there is no reason for anyone to become a terrorist. Stop justifying terror. I have written it on top. There can never be a justification for terror. Nikhil, please. You know, this stepwise explanation of terrorist. Don't do this. Making of a terrorist.
Do not act so senile. Just because I'm listing out the causes of a particular problem in the society, you can't say that I'm trying to justify it. Do not act so senile. Don't think.
Only you can see, 1 minute. Only you can see nuance in what Rahul Gandhi said about ISIS.
Indian state, the job of the Indian government to curtail it. Don't make senile arguments to protect
Nikhil,
it
is the job of the Indian state. Obviously, accountability must be fixed. Guru Prakash Paswan, I asked him that question, that, you know, you had a chance to. That why is the government not calling it a terror attack? How could they let this one car pass that killed 9 people? Even if 1 person died, it is dastardly. The state must protect all lives. 1 minute, but sir, Nikhil, wait, Nikhil, calm down 1 minute. Let me remind you that while the Congress party can, you know, seek answers, I'll tell you the mindset of the Congress party. Listen to Rahul Gandhi. This is what he had said in 2011 about terror attacks. Nikhil, listen to this. Find the nuance here.
It is very difficult to stop every single terrorist attack. The ideas that we have to fight terrorism at the local level, we have improved in leaps and bounds. But terrorism is something that is impossible to stop all the time.
This is not some AI generated clip, huh? What was the nuance here?
Pranesh, is Rahul Gandhi the Prime Minister? Is he the Home Minister? Is he the Defence Minister?
Why was he?
The External Affairs Minister? Are you going to question?
He was not the Prime Minister when he said this ordinance should be torn up. Nikhil, now come on, own up. There is no nuance in what Rahul Gandhi said about ISIS. Neither is there any nuance in this comment. by making comments like this that you can't stop all terror attacks. You are only emboldening them. Nikhil, you can't defend it. Just accept it. It's okay.
Nor is there any nuance with what Mr. Faizan said, that people linked with the RSS and the BJP have been found supporting the ISI. There is no nuance in that either.
Okay, let that quote. No. Okay, fair enough. Let that quote. Okay, let me bring in Faizan Bhai. Faizan Bhai, if you really believe in that argument, then, let's have a debate on facts. Which quote has said that people of RSS are conducting subversive activities?
Okay, now, sir, I would first want to respond to Guru Prakash ji and Karan ji because they were directly accusing Samajwadi Party. Samajwadi Party has never stood with terrorists. Samajwadi Party has only said that innocent people should not be punished. If there is a party which sides with the terrorists because if it sees an opportunity to gain votes, then that is Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm reading out few names for your viewers. There's Abdul Rahman Lone, BJP, Lola constituency in charge in Kashmir. Fayyaz Ahmed Najar, BJP's Baramulla constituency in charge. Then there was Bashrat Majid Mir. He was Kupwara BJP media head. What is common in these people? These all, according to Kashmir police, had in some time got training in Pakistan for terrorism. And when they came to India, BJP appointed them and given them serious posts in the party because they thought they can get some votes for Bharatiya Janata Party. So this is the level BJP can stoop down to. Your and my life doesn't mean anything for BJP. For them, it's only about votes. For votes, they can put our lives in danger. And there are a lot of people, if you see the Akshardham temple attack, 10-12 people were falsely convicted. It was the Honorable Supreme Court who finally acquitted them, saying there is no evidence and there was perversion of the lower court. Those people were harassed. Those people were made to languish in jail for years before they got justice. So this is what Samajwadi Party and any right-thinking person should stand for. Innocent people should not be punished.
Okay,
and
there's a Prakash is showing something. I can't quite see what it is. Guru Prakash ji, क्या दिखा रहे हैं आप?
नहीं, इंडिया टुडे की वेबसाइट का एक न्यूज है 2012 का. लेट मी रीड दिस फॉर यू एंड योर व्यूअर्स एंड फॉर आवर फ्रेंड फ्रॉम समाजवादी पार्टी. फ्रॉम 2012, रे ऑफ होप फॉर उत्तर प्रदेश टेररिस्ट. द समाजवादी पार्टी गवर्नमेंट इज प्लानिंग टू विड्रॉ terrorism charges against 3 people who are in prison for the last 5 years for their suspected role in November 23, 2007 serial blast. Now these people have the audacity to even comment on it. It's a long story, sir. ये समाचार पढ़ लीजिएगा, इंडिया टुडे का है 2012 का. It's the day of
इंटरनेट वाली समाजवादी पार्टी नहीं है. This is the सैफई महोत्सव समाजवादी पार्टी.
Particularly minority appeasement. Listen to me, sir. अतीक अहमद से लेकर के मुख्तार अंसारी तक, अतीक अहमद से लेकर के मुख्तार अंसारी तक समाजवादी पार्टी कम से कम देश की सुरक्षा पे हमें प्रमाण पत्र ना दे. Samajwadi Party should be the last political organization, the last political outfit to even speak on such a thing.
Okay.
And of all the people, I think it is absolutely crazy.
No, 1 minute. One person at a time. Guru Prakash ji speak.
For election. अखिलेश भैया को आने दो, अखिलेश भैया को आने दो, हिसाब किताब होगा. क्या हिसाब किताब करना चाहते थे आप? वही मुख्तार का बेटा, वही अतीक का बेटा हिसाब किताब करेगा. उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता से हिसाब किताब करेंगे.
Okay, Anmol ji wants to say something. Karan, I'm coming to you after this.
Pranesh ji, it is Mr. Narendra Modi who has boosted the morale of this Pakistani monster by agreeing to the ceasefire. इन भाजपा वालों की और पाकिस्तानियों की आपस में सेटिंग हो गई, इसीलिए भाजपा वाले जो है पाकिस्तान का नाम लेने से भी डर रहे हैं. इनके राजा बाबू जो है ना वो कागजी शेर हैं और इस देश को 56 इंच का सीना नहीं चाहिए. इस देश को ऐसा सीना चाहिए जो देश के लिए धड़कता हो. इनकी हिम्मत नहीं है. और ये हमें ज्ञान दे रहे थे करण जी, हमें बता रहे थे सैफुल्ला कौन है? भाजपा का आतंकवादी. तालिब हुसैन शाह कौन है? भाजपा का आतंकवादी. ध्रुव सक्सेना कौन है? भाजपा का आतंकवादी. तुम किसके साथ गठबंधन में बैठे थे? महबूबा के साथ, जो आतंकवादियों के समर्थन में रहती थी. अब बताओ कौन है असली आतंकवादी? ये असली आतंकवादी भाजपा ही है. इनकी पाकिस्तान के साथ सेटिंग है.
Okay, Karan, I think let Guru Prakash answer that question, then I'm coming to you. Quick response from the BJP spokesman.
आपको No, what is this Bhagwa Atangwad? What is this saffron terrorism, Pranesh? Mr. Digvijay Singh has the capacity to come and say कि भाई RSS और टेरर का लिंक है. भगवा से दिक्कत है आपको. भगवा सनातन का रंग है. केसरिया सनातन का रंग है। किसी भी रंग को इस प्रकार से आतंक के जोड़ करके देखते हो और पूरी की पूरी कौम को, पूरी की पूरी कम्युनिटी को, हिंदुओं को कटघरे में खड़ा करते हो सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के लिए। Pranesh, this has to end. The problem we are not diagnosing. We have to diagnose and attack the problem. The problem here is with the entire political establishment which is led by the Congress party. पप्पू यादव से लेकर के शाहबुद्दीन के बेटे को, अतीक अहमद के बेटे को, मुख्तार अंसारी के बेटे को कहां जगह मिली?
Nuance that only Nikhil Jain can see in what Rahul Gandhi says. Taran, you have the last word, then we move on.
So, Pranesh, Faizan ji is time and again absolutely lied on your show that the Samajwadi Party didn't approach the courts. I'm now quoting 23rd November 2012, the Allahabad High Court. Justice R.K. Agarwal. Today you are withdrawing cases against them. Tomorrow you will give them the Padma Bhushan. Exact quote, exact proceedings of the court. So, Pranesh, time and again these parties, whether it is Digvijay Singh, Rahul Gandhi from the Congress who have led this campaign, or Akhilesh Yadav himself, they've been giving cover fire to these elements. Today, if one thing can be established forever, is that it is not exclusion that leads to terrorism, but it is radicalization. And that radicalization...
30 seconds, sir, please.
Can I come in? No, I just want to ask all these people who have been rounded up, they're all, will I be wrong in saying that they belong to Pakistan within India? I will not be wrong in saying that. I want to ask the question that should we go after these fellows, the Pakistan within India? Because without Pakistan within India, there can be no proxy war. Then I want to ask a question, whether we should do another Operation Sindoor type operation and finish off Pakistan once for all.
Let's see how the ecosystem responds to this, sir. The response so far has been muted. I hope better sense prevails and they don't politicize terror crackdown. I thank some of you for joining us on debate number 1. Viewers, let's quickly shift attention